Hello guys, welcome back for the April JRPG news roundup. We start with the Falcom news as always. On the merch side, we mentioned last month that a tribute album for Gurumin was being composed by Resonant Union, and this month it released fully on their channel. Have a listen if you want. A 4-panel manga series called The Daily Life of Crow Armbrust is in the process of being published. It's a cool little addition to his story, but it is worth mentioning that there are massive Cold Steel spoilers involved. The Ys 8 novel had its digital pre-orders go up last month, but due to popular demand, a hardback edition is also now available. Amazon links went up very recently and it's due to release in October. Now here's an interesting one. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of Cold Steel, Neon Falcom have put up pre-orders for some wine depicting Crow, Altina and Reen. They come to just over 12,000 yen each, and you will need a proxy to order if you want them. V-Class 1/8 scale figure via Kotobukiya is now up for pre-order. Those who order directly from the retailer will also get the alternate faceplate. This is due to release in October this year. Finally, the Ordine Moderoid kit has finally gone up for pre-order as well, due to release in December 2023. It is worth mentioning that Valamar was re-released as well, if you missed out the first time. To the game side of things, Clouded Leopard Entertainment are releasing Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus on Switch to wider Asian audiences come July of 2023. Langrisser Mobile, who did have a Cold Steel themed collab about 2 years ago, is now having a Kuro no Kiseki one as well. It's gacha based, and the likes of Van, Agnes and Elaine are all noted as SSR heroes that you obtain via the limited time event. Another release of interest though is not a Falcom one, it's actually for Honkai Star Rail. But the reason we're touching on this is because the producer of the game, David Zhang, got to fulfill one of his dreams, that being getting a one-to-one interview with Kondo. Zhang makes it clear in this interview that he is a massive fan of Trails and looks to emulate the feeling of the games in Honkai Star Rail. It's a great read if you're interested. Finally, back to Falcom and Ys 10. We at last got renders of some of the additional characters in this journey via Famitsu, including the return of Dogi and the additions of a couple of mechanics like Mana String, Mana Ride and Mana Burst. There was also a live stream for Falcom Radio near the start of the month where it's thought we got a little taste of Ys 10's music setting the ambience. And that's not all, because near the end of the month, as part of the Ys Memoir Ofen media event, there was 8 minutes of Ys 10 gameplay shown off as well, detailing some of those aforementioned mechanics, a boss battle, the use of the ship, the opening cutscene, and indeed traversing the world. Now it was a bit laggy, I'll give it that, not sure if that was related to the stream or the gameplay itself, but what was shown looked quite promising. It indeed looks to be a fresh beginning for Ys as a series, and I can't wait to see how it develops further. It looks like you're given a whole bunch of freedom here, and the use of the combination mode, especially during boss fights, looks to be a nice shift of direction gameplay wise. Onto the general JRPG news now, starting with the merchandise side. The Rune Factory 3 Special Limited Edition has recently been shared, and it is now up for pre-order on the Xseed store. The retailer bonuses for the new Neptunia title, Game Maker R Evolution, have also been shared by Idea Factory. There's a fair few there if you're interested. To Xenoblade now, and a physical collection called the Trinity Box will be releasing on July the 29th worldwide. It comes with a collector's box, 56-page English booklet, and 20 CDs covering all mainline games including Torna, Future Connected and Future Redeemed. It comes to 20,000 yen. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 also has a physical version of its soundtrack put up for pre-order. It too will release on the same day. Ordering this though will net you replica flutes used by Mio and Noah in the game, plus an 80-page art book. This comes to 16,800 yen. Atelier is next, and would you believe it, there are actually no figures this month, but the full visual collection of Atelier Rise of 3 is due to release in May 2023 in Japan, while the reimagined Atelier Marie soundtrack will be releasing on July the 12th, coming to just over 3,000 yen. It includes both the remade and original OSTs. A 1/6 scale figure of Shion in her swimsuit DLC is now available to pre-order off Army. It comes to just over 19,000 yen and will release in November this year. Last up for merch is Square. Kingdom Hearts went a bit more out there with the goods this month. Now you can get some Kingdom Hearts themed tableware sets, cushion covers and rugs. Classy. And that's not all for Kingdom Hearts merch, but this one is a bit weirder and a heck of a lot more expensive. As part of a Japan-only event taking place in Osaka, there has also been a Kingdom Hearts themed chair put up for sale at a ridiculous 297,000 yen, which is roughly about $2,200. The problem though is that it looks like a normal chair outside of a few themed stamps. There's nothing else there to link it to the series, at least not at first glance. Good luck selling that. A 2B figure went up for pre-order via Aniplex. It comes to 12,000 yen and is due to release in January 2024. Finally, a 224-page hardcover book depicting the art of Octopath Traveler is due to release in the West come December this year. It comes to $50 and you can find this on Amazon. Moving over to the game side now, beginning with Square this time. Live Alive is Steam Deck verified following the announcement that it was coming to further platforms outside of the Switch last month. Talking about Steam, Square also released an AI tech preview title called The Portopia Serial Murder Case, which was originally released in 1983, created by the ever-recognizable Yuji Horii and published by Enix. It's marketed as an educational demonstration of natural language processing, an AI technology, and aims to give players a visual novel experience but with the freedom to input whatever responses they want. Needless to say, it went over badly. This port has been received very poorly by players, stating that the AI itself just doesn't work. Simple commands or requests are responded to with very general statements, meaning that instead of having freedom, players are still effectively on rails, but with the added frustration of not knowing what to say to progress the story unless they're familiar with the original. I think it's fair to say that Square have some fine-tuning to do if they want to integrate AI technology into games going forward. Nier Automata has recently topped 7.5 million sales worldwide as a combination of digital and physical sales, well deserved as far as I'm concerned. There was also a State of Play on April the 13th dedicated to all things Final Fantasy XVI. It showed off more of the combat, the world, and so-called relationship charts. It was 25 minutes long and should give you an idea of what to expect. There will also be a pre-launch celebration on June the 11th in LA, but a live stream is also available for this. It is also worth noting that a Final Fantasy XVI PS5 bundle is also going up for pre-order on May the 4th, due to release on June the 22nd, the same day the game releases. Last of all, switching to Final Fantasy VII this time, and there's been news that Cloud's Japanese voice actor Takahiro Sakurai, who has voiced the role since 2002, has left his agency Intention following the publication of his extramarital affairs. The article is in the description if you want more information. To Bandai Namco now, and there's only one point of note, and that is that DLC is coming to One Piece Odyssey called Reunion of Memories. No release date has been given as of yet. Cygames are up next, and an interesting development took place in that they have established a European and American branch very recently. The reason for doing so is to cater more to their overseas markets, and one can wonder if this will positively affect the future release of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink as well. Redemption Reapers has its physical edition releasing, but that has been delayed till early July. A PS5 version is also on the way. Nintendo now, and there was a video shared by Dot, a 3D pixel artist on his YouTube channel, reimagining the iconic Pokemon Red in a 2.5D style utilizing Unreal Engine 5. I really dig this look, and I know it will likely never happen, but how cool would it be to have one of the classic games in this style? Maybe give it a little bit of a slap on the color palette to bring it more in line with the comfy vibes of the series, but once that's done, you've got something really special. Anyway, moving to something that isn't as enjoyable to share, but Neptunia Sisters vs Sisters script was recently altered to be in line with the ESRB-T rating. Honestly though, when you look at the changes, they weren't needed. For example, Bastard Sword was renamed to Brute Sword. That's the name of the sword itself, why change it? It seems a bit heavy-handed, and none of this even stood out as a problem in the first place. That's just my opinion though. Anyway, Cry Machina now, the Japanese limited edition has been shared along with retailer bonuses. It comes to 14,000 yen. It will also be freely upgradable from PS4 to PS5. CyberConnect 2 is up next, and though there was good news in that Fuga Melodies of Steel 2 has gone golden, there was also some equally sad news in that their Montreal studio is closing down come July 2023. No reason was given, only a message from the developer expressing their regret. To Atelier now, the third Riser game has recently hit the milestone of 300,000 units sold worldwide very recently, and that's not surprising at all. This also makes the game the fastest selling in the trilogy. A post-launch survey was also put up by Gust, and in there they seem to be gauging whether fans want the English dub to return. Of course, this hasn't been around since Atelier Firis. Hopefully enough people have responded to get the message across that a fair few would like them back. Last of all for Atelier is that digital pre-orders for Atelier Marie are now available, and unfortunately it is only digital for Western audiences. Before we move to the upcoming releases, now let's go over a couple of rumours. According to My Nintendo News, there's a suggestion that a remaster of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door could be on the way. This was shared by a so-called investigative journalist who has provided verified news to other YouTube channels in the past. So it's very much a trust me bro situation at the moment, but who knows. Also of note is the potential of a Persona 3 remake. It's understood that this has been in the working for a few years already, but resurfaced this month due to a video reel showcasing what looked to be a remake of the game in its imagery. It was very short and it's by no means verified, but a penny for your thoughts. To the upcoming releases now, beginning with delays. For Japan, Cry Machina has been delayed till July 27th. There's been no word on whether this will affect the Western release though. However, there is a delay for the West concerning Fairy Fencer Refrain Chord, which will have its PC release delayed for 1 more month. It'll be coming out on May the 23rd, but is currently already released for PS4, PS5 and Switch. Visual novels are up next, and we'll start with a couple of Japan-only releases. Hayarigami, the NIS horror-based visual novel series, will be releasing for PS4, 5 and Switch for July the 27th. Also, Da Capo 3, that's a blast from the past for me, is coming to PS4 and Switch by August 24th. For the West, Tamayura Mirai is coming to PC on May the 12th, and a physical release of Heart of the Woods is also available to order via Limited Run Games for PS4, 5 and Switch. Sharin no Kuni is finally seeing a Western release after 7 years of development. This will be coming to PC in August, while a physical version is due in September. And last of all, Jacques Jean is coming to Switch on June the 15th in the West, and 3 limited editions are also available via the Axis store. Indie titles are up next. A ship-faring RPG called Bakanya was released on PC on April the 20th. This follows on from its original PS4 and Switch versions. Noob the Factionless has left early access and will be launching on June the 29th for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch and PC. Shadows Over Loathing, which was shared on Nintendo's recent indie showcase, is now available on the eShop, as is Castle of the Underdogs, which apparently is a comedy JRPG inspired by the likes of Suikoden. The Creature Collector RPG Cassette Beasts has very recently released on PC, and it will also be followed by Switch, Xbox Series and Xbox One releases on May the 25th. The turn-based strategy title Bancho Tactics, which is based around a delinquent high school and inspired by Final Fantasy Tactics, is going to release in August this year for PC. Last of all, Dungeon RPG Brave Dungeon: The Meaning of Justice has left early access and is now on Switch and PC. It first launched in early access back in February last year on Steam. Finally, the releases and announcements from the recognised developers. A couple of Japan-only releases first, though I have a feeling this first one will also come west eventually. Neptunia Sisters vs Sisters is releasing on Switch in August this year. The other one is for SRPG Blaze Union Story to Reach the Future, which released for the Switch on April the 27th. It serves as a prequel to Yggdra Union Will Never Fight Alone. Another strategy RPG called Cross Tales will be launching worldwide on July the 20th for PS4, PS5, Xbox Series, Xbox One, PC and Switch. The side-scrolling action title Lost Epic recently launched for the Switch on April the 19th. It's already available on the likes of PS4, 5 and PC. A turn-based RPG remaster of 1999 release Zhan Yan Sword Free, I cannot speak this language so whatever, called Zhan Yan Sword Mist Beyond the Mountains has been announced for Switch and PC, due for release in 2023. The dungeon RPG Labyrinth of Zangetsu that previously was only in Japan has since also released in the West for PS4, Switch and PC come April the 20th. Physical editions are also available for the console variants. Another dungeon RPG called Dungeon Travelers is coming to PC this summer worldwide. There are 3 titles in total at just under $20 each, and they're developed by Aquaplus, though they are only releasing via Jorin. There is unfortunately no Steam release planned due to difficulties with the review process. Niantic and Capcom have announced Monster Hunter Now for iOS and Android, though this basically looks like a rip-off of Pokemon Go just for Monster Hunter. Not sure how this one's going to turn out, but I'm not holding my breath here. NIS America have noted that the Caligula Effect 2 will be coming to PS5 for the West in fall of this year. It follows on from the release of Overdose on the platform a couple of months back. Idea Factory have announced that Mary Skelter Finale is coming to PC in fall 2023, which as you may have gathered is the final game in the trilogy. Rhapsody, Malkin, Kingdom Chronicles will be launching on August the 29th in North America and the 1st of September in EU for PS5, Switch and PC. As mentioned before, this is the first time these two games have released west and follows on from Rhapsody: A Musical Adventure. NIS America have also announced that the soft reboot of Utawareru Mono in Monochrome Mobius is coming to PS4 and PS5 in fall of this year. A limited edition has also gone up for pre-order. Now, fans of the series should definitely give this one a go. It acts as a prequel to Mask of Deception, but takes on a more traditional style of RPG gameplay. The Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection has now released worldwide on PC, Switch and PS4. The physical version comes with all 10 games, including the version variant from 3 onwards, while the digital version is split into 2 volumes. I'm sure many are already aware about this next one, but the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster series released on April the 19th for PS4 and Switch. Good luck getting a physical version though. And finally, the last volume of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass has released in Future Redeemed, which sees the return of some recognisable faces. This is now available to play as we speak. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe for more JRPG content and consider joining my Patreon if you're interested. Peace.